recite.
अथासो युग संध्यायां
दस्यु प्रायेषु राजसु जनिता विष्णु यशसो नामना कल्किर्जगत्पतिः. One more person. अथासो युग संध्यायां दस्यु प्रायेषु राजसु जनिता विष्णु यशसो नामना कल्किर्जगत्पतिः. अथासो युग संध्यायां दस्यु प्रायेषु राजसु जनिता विष्णु यशसो नामना कल्किर्जगत्पतिः. What would means? Atha, thereafter, asau, the same Lord, Yuga Sandhyayam, at the conjunction of the Yugas, Dasyu, plunderers, Prayeshu, almost all, Rajasu, the governing personalities, Janita, will take his birth, Vishnu, named Vishnu, Yashasaha, surnamed Yasha, actually not Yasha, Yasha, Namna, in the name of Kalkihi, the incarnation of the Lord, Jagatpatihi, the Lord of the creation. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. The translation. Thereafter, at the conjunction of two yugas, the Lord of the creation will take his birth as Kalki, incarnation, and become the son of Vishnu Yasha. At this time, almost all rulers of earth will have degenerated into plunderers. Purport. Here is another foretelling of the advent of Lord Kalki, the incarnation of Godhead. He is to appear at the conjunction of the two yugas, namely at the end of Kali Yuga and at the beginning of Satya Yuga. The cycle of the four yugas, namely Satya, Treta, Dwapar and Kali, rotates like the calendar months. The present Kali Yuga lasts 4,32,000 years, out of which only 5,000 years after the battle of Kurukshetra, at the end of, out of which we have passed only 5,000 years after the battle of Kurukshetra, and the end of the regime of King Parikshit. So there are 4,27,000 years balance to be finished. Therefore, at the end of this period, the incarnation of Kalki will take place, as foretold in the Srimad Bhagavatam. The name of his father, Vishnu Yasha, a learned Brahmana, and the village, Shambhala, are also mentioned. As above mentioned, all these foretellings will prove to be factual in the chronological order. That is the authority of Srimad Bhagavatam. So translation, you please repeat with me. Thereafter, at the conjunction of two yugas, the Lord of the creation will take his birth as Kalki, incarnation, and become the son of Vishnu Yasha. At this time, almost all the rulers of earth will have degenerated into plunderers. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं। परमानंद माधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं हरि ओम तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. So very grateful to all the devotees who have come here for Shravana. Those who are here to hear from Srimad Bhagavatam, you have made it clear not only to yourself but to Kali Yuga also and to all the devotees around you that you give priority to hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam at least once a week. Now this is very important. This is Shravanam is very, very important anga of bhakti. When someone is not advanced in Krishna consciousness, they should hear more. So in the beginning stages of Krishna consciousness, one should hear more. When somebody is advanced in Krishna consciousness, they should hear even more. So Shravanam and Kirtan are two aspects, non-negotiable aspects of the practice of bhakti. In the beginning, Kirtanam is less. We are not chanting so many rounds in the beginning, and we are not able to glorify the Lord and His devotees much. So we need to do Shravanam more compared to Kirtanam. But as we progress in our bhakti, Kirtanam has to become more than Shravanam. That means number of rounds have to increase. You cannot remain an eternal one rounder, no. In 2023 you were one round, 2024 you were one round, 2025 you were one round, 2026 also one round. You can say that, Prabhu, I am infallible in the practice of bhakti. The world can change, ups and downs may happen, this economics, that economics, but my rounds are consistent. Once I met a doctor who had started chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra 64 times every day. 64 times every day. I met him after 4-5 years. He told me, Prabhu ji, mera 64 chal raha hai. Mera 64 chal raha hai. There were other devotees with me. Prabhu, he started chanting. He's a doctor. He started chanting 64 rounds, huh? I said, not 64 rounds, 64 times. 5 साल से 64 times ही है उसका. So in the beginning, our Kirtanam, Shravanam has to be more. Then only the Kirtanam will increase. So later on, Kirtanam should increase. Otherwise, there is a problem in my Shravanam. It should be taken as a discipline. Discipline to, just like we have a discipline to eat, discipline to work, discipline to recreate, discipline to sleep. Similarly, there should be discipline to hear and then glorify. If the child is healthy, then growth is natural. If the nourishment of the child is properly taken care, then the child will automatically be healthy and the growth will be a byproduct. It will be natural. But if the child is not healthy, where is the problem? In the nourishment. And if the child is not growing, where is the problem? In the nourishment and the health. So similarly, health in Krishna consciousness improves by Shravanam. That is, hearing and reading, hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Charitamrita, etc. And then reading Srila Prabhupada. That is the only way to improve health in Krishna consciousness. And then you have to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So if growth is not happening, that means there is some problem in the nourishment. Sometimes it is seen that some people are sick and they become so used to that sickness that they start feeling it is natural. There is, if let's say someone has loose motions, dysentery problem, and every second day they are having loose motions. Now they have started thinking that it is natural to have loose motion. Is it the right approach in life? So similarly, some people, they don't want to progress in Krishna consciousness, they don't want to chant, they don't want to give importance to Shravanam because they have other important things. This is called material disease, material fever. If somebody has 103 degrees fever, should he be proud about it? Like after 2 days, if the fever becomes 104, should he just make a statement? Look at me, yesterday I was 103, today I'm 104. Now I'm 105, 107, game over hota hai. You should not be proud of the material fever you have. You should be ashamed of it. We should be ashamed of it. Look at these trees. No matter how much Krishna Katha it hears, can it progress? Look at the aquatics. No matter how much Krishna Katha you speak to them, can they actually do any anga of bhakti, direct anga of bhakti? Look at the dogs and the cats which are roaming around. No matter how much pradakshina they do of this center, are they able to chant Hare Krishna? Bhakti can be done in any form of life, no doubt. But the human form of life is very rare. Only in this human form of life you can practice direct angas of bhakti. In no other life. So after traveling through 84 lakh species, if I'm stuck with dharma, artha, kama and moksha, then it's a serious problem. And these Bhagavatam classes, they remind us of that. It is not that I don't go to Bhagavatam classes because the speakers, they remind me that I'm struggling in my life, I'm not making progress. No, this is the only place where we get. All other places, they encourage us for economic development. They encourage us for sense gratification. They encourage us to, just to be engaged in social life. They encourage us to just lead a watered down life. This is the only place. Only when you sit and read and hear in the association of devotees the purports of Srila Prabhupada, you will realize why Prabhupada has told that the rulers of the earth will have degenerated into plunderers. Some people would like to only stand with these plunderers and take photos. Because they will get into their circle. Then next time when they'll host a party, they'll be invited. And in that way, they will make more connections. And then they will open some shop somewhere, some saloon shop or something. And then they will bring those plunderers into that shop, do something, and then they will get some funds. So this is the aim of life. Human life is very rare. If somebody is mistaken to think that the highest priority in life is economic development, sense gratification, impersonal liberation, and execution of religious rituals at the compromise of doing Shuddha Bhakti, Shravanam and Kirtanam, that is a material disease. And one should be very serious to remove that disease. One cannot say, Prabhu, I am fallen, so I will do whatever I can. It's like saying, Prabhu, I have fever 105. I will not take medicine. I will see what happens. But I want to live. Huh? No, it is your duty. You are understanding this point. You cannot remain stuck in Krishna consciousness. You have to progress. So therefore, I'm very grateful to all of you who have given priority to Shravanam today. It is not about the verse, and it is not about the setup. It is not about the speaker. It is about the glorification of the Lord and His devotees. That is more important. Shravanam and Kirtanam are non-negotiable. It has to be disciplined. It has to be done in an obedient and a self-controlled way. Otherwise, be ready for the drama. Recently, one of my family members has passed away, so I have seen no one is spared from death. Whether you wear a jeans, or whether you wear a white dhoti kurta, or whether you wear a nice cap, or whether you wear a nice sari or something, nobody is spared from death. Death is very cruel, and you will be tested. If you are not prepared for death, be ready to enter the womb of another. That time you cannot say that, oh, I chanted one round every day. I missed only, out of 52 weeks, I missed only 40 weeks of Bhagavatam classes. Remaining 20 weeks I came, 12 weeks I came. No. Grab the opportunity as much as you can. Because the world is not a good place to live. You see, this is the prediction of Kali Yuga. At the conjunction of two yugas. What is the conjunction of two yugas? For example, right now, in the next 45 minutes, it will be conjunction in the day, Sandhya time, when it is neither morning, neither afternoon. Similarly, there is a time of the day when it is neither afternoon, nor it is night. And similarly, there is a time of the day where it is neither night nor morning. These are called Sandhyas. So the sunrise time, let's say at around 6:20 a.m. or 6:15 a.m. these days is the sunrise. So that is called one Sandhya. That time it is neither night nor morning. Are you able to understand? Similarly, the afternoon time when the digestion is the highest, many people, they eat at the wrong time also, as a result of which they struggle. So this afternoon time is another Sandhya, and the time, the Godhuli, when Krishna returns from cow herding, that is the evening time when sun is setting, night is coming, that is also another Sandhya. That is called conjunction. So in the Vedic culture, it is recommended that during these Sandhya times, one should be in samadhi, or one should be in ecstasy, engaging in devotional service to the Lord. So at Sandhya time, those who are sleeping, those who are recreating, those who are mating, those who are, I would like to say, even working, those who are eating, all such activities are condemned at Sandhya time. Sandhya time is exclusively maintained to disconnect from everything and connect with the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna. So therefore, in our Guru Ashtakam also, which we sing, Dhyayam stuvam stasya yashastri sandhyam vande guroh shri charanaravinam. The last verse says, Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado yasya prasadan nagatihi kutopi Dhyayam stuvam stasya yashastri sandhyam vande guroh shri charanaravinam. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado. By whose mercy, by whose blessings I will get the mercy of Krishna. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado. What is the next line? Many people make pronunciation mistake while saying the next line. They say Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado Yasya prasadat nagati kuto. No, it is Yasya prasadat. There's a difference. Yasya aprasad, Yasya prasad. So yasya aprasad, the of yasya and of aprasad become yasya prasadan. So yasya prasadan nagati kuto. Without pleasing the teachers, mentors, guides, spiritual masters, one cannot get the mercy of Radha and Krishna. Nagati kutopi. One will have, if one is thinking that, okay, to hell with my teachers, to hell with my spiritual master, to hell with Srila Prabhupada, I will directly attain Krishna because I am in Sakhi Bhav. I've just visited Radha Kund. I did a course, Discover Your Sakhi Bhav. By the way, there is actually a course like this. Some immature devotee was found to be engaged in it also. And they were influencing others also. Where it was being told, attend these 6 sessions, and in the 7th session, if you have paid the fees and if you have attended all the sessions, come to us, we will reveal to you what is your Swarupa in the spiritual world. This is where you fail when you have not done proper Shravanam. This is where you fail when you think Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha are more important. You become a nonsense. And you create nonsense, anarchy, confusion, chaos in the society also. Discover your Sakhi Bhav. What do you mean by Sakhi Bhav? There is a course like that, DYS. In ISKCON, there is a standard course, Discover Yourself. They have taken the same initials and attracted it. People. So what I'm trying to say here is, Sandhya is meant for Shravanam and Kirtan. So at the sunrise, in the afternoon, and in the sunset time, Dhyayam Stuvamstasya Yashastri Sandhyam. At least these 3 times of the day, you engage in chanting, reading, Bhagavatam. That's why we keep the Sunday feast at this time also. At least during Sandhya time. You please come. That's why we do not serve prasadam also during Sandhya time. People are thinking, oh, they are delaying. Some people are very punctual. Huh? Okay, class 10:45. Okay, 11:45. Maximum 12 o'clock. Okay. Question answer 12:20. Puja 12:45. Kirtan dancing 1 p.m. We'll go at 1 p.m. Sandhya time is over. Yes, Sandhya time is over. Directly I can enter and please give me the plate. And I'll have Mahaprasadam. That is also good. Some people who do that, I appreciate them. At least we as a group of leaders, we appreciate them. At least they are eating prasadam. Better than those who are skipping the entire Sunday feast. Srila Prabhupada told that you should eat prasadam till here. Full your belly. But this instruction was for the neophytes. Those who are newcomers, this instruction was for them. Without understanding the mood and mission of Srila Prabhupada, if somebody believes that I will eat prasadam till here, and I will only eat prasadam and go back to Godhead, oh, do a self-check. Because Srila Prabhupada also told, Jivera lalasa yai iti utidhaya shishnodar parayana Krishna nahi paye. Just to satisfy the demands of the tongue in the name of eating prasadam, one who is running from one place to another place, one center to another center, one temple to another temple, one Sunday feast to another Sunday feast, simply seeing when the prasadam is being served, they will be subservient to their tongue, belly and genitals. Shishnodar parayana. And one who is Shishnodar parayana, one who is subservient to belly and genitals, Krishna nahi paye. They will not get Krishna. So in the beginning stages, one should eat prasadam, because when you eat prasadam, it calms down your sense urges. Let's say you're very agitated, very disturbed, and somebody brings in front of you nice khichdi, little bit smashed hash brown potato, commonly known as chokha, little bit curd, 1 gulab jamun. After eating it, all agitations will go away. This is the problem in the Western world. If you carefully analyze, the Western world has no taste in their food. Mostly things are just grilled or boiled with some pepper and salt. That is why they do abominable activities, and that is why they are so unhygienic, if you see in general. But the spices, India is known for spices. The spices which they put in the food and the ingredients which they offer to the Lord, and when they accept it, it calms down your senses. So it's like a temporary measure for you to experience Krishna consciousness in the beginning. But that is not the end of Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means you understand that you are not the body. Be austere. Austerity, penance, and renunciation, they help you realize that you are not the body. And then when you realize you are not the body, then bhakti begins. Sarvopadhi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam. Then you will become nirmal. Rishikena rishikesha sevanam. Then you will do something for the pleasure of Krishna. Until that time, we are doing it for our pleasure only. So all these things we all have heard, but again we need to hear it again and again and again. So Sandhya time is meant for chanting Hare Krishna, and those who are second initiated, they have to engage in chanting Gayatris, the 7 Gayatris which are awarded to second initiated devotees. Or in general, even better than Gayatri and Hare Krishna, better is to get together and do Sankirtan, congregational Sankirtan. So there was a time, conjunction of 2 yugas, 4,27,000 years from now, and in the beginning of Satyuga. There are few years, which I don't have the exact data, but I remember that these conjunction years are like running in thousands. So few thousand years, they are neither Kali Yuga, neither Satyuga. It's a conjunction. So at that time, the Lord of the creation will take his birth as Kalki incarnation. And where will he come? How will he come? What will he do? Everything is fully described. There is no need of experiment and discovery. There was one very fanatic preacher who was under the illusion that he is preaching Islam. I'm forgetting his name. He has been banned from India. Yeah, Zakir Naik. He was telling that somebody else is Kalki and I have already taken birth. Prophet Muhammad is Kalki. And some more Kalkis have already taken birth in India, according to some YouTubers. And I think 3 years ago or 2 years ago, one movie has come, Kalki. Name is Kalki, and some number they have given, 2768. They are telling that is when the Kalki avatar will come. That is also wrong. The correct data is after 4,27,000 years. He will come, and he will be the son of Vishnu Yasha. Where he will come? He will come in the village called Shambhala. So that is, everything is described. So we will not accept anybody as incarnation. And we should expose all these people who are claiming to be incarnation, especially in villages, these days in cities also, in towns also. We should be very open. We should not be like very gentlemen, huh? You mind your own business, we'll mind our own business. Prabhuji is sitting with his child in his lap. If he sees his child taking a knife in his hand and rubbing it on his neck, will he mind his own business? If you see a very beautiful yellowish black cobra is slithering in your house, and your child is very innocently going towards it, and it is waiting like this, please come, will you just mind your own business? Similarly, when we see people getting entrapped by this false alligator-like philosophies, who will pull people down, let's say you're on a boat, and innocently one person is in nectar shopping, they are doing YouTube shopping, they are just, children, they play in the water like this, during the boat, right? So let's say an alligator is coming to catch the hand and pull them down, will you not try to save them? There are some people who are YouTube nectar shoppers. They'll sit with YouTube and they'll hear lectures from so many people. And everybody they respect and everybody they follow. Yesterday in one of my youth classes, I met one boy. He's been attending our sessions from maybe 1 year, 1.5 years. He understands the whole philosophy. But then he goes to various other so-called institutions whose philosophy is completely contradicting the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. So yesterday I put him on the spot personally. He said he told that, oh, I want to drop you to the place where you're staying. I said, welcome. And during the ride, I started. You're reading Bhagavad Gita, you're chanting Hare Krishna, but you also say Sambhog se Samadhi. You also say, I am God, you are God. What nonsense is going? What do you want to achieve like this? I cornered him at the risk of my relationship. Because somebody has to ask, what nonsense is this? You're reading Bhagavad Gita, you're chanting Hare Krishna, you're understanding what Krishna is saying. At the same time, you're also saying that have so much sex that one day that sex will give you liberation. Sambhog se Samadhi. What nonsense is this? Where does Krishna say that mind control can be achieved in this way? And where does Krishna say that everybody is God? Krishna says that everybody is my part and parcel. So I asked him some very pertinent questions. Obviously, he must have been thinking now that why am I doing this? So similarly, it is our duty to save children from cutting their this neck, the veins which they have. It is our duty, Gaur Purnima is coming, it is our duty to save people from alligator-like philosophies and being pulled down into the ocean of birth and death again. It is our duty. So therefore, I will perform my duty in today's class. Somewhere in Andhra, there is one university called One University. One old couple they have declared themselves as God. And the next God is their son. So they sit like this. They call themselves, I don't know what they call, maybe Amma and Bhagwan. Amma and Bhagwan are sitting together, and the son is sitting like this with folded hands. Next, just like Hanuman sits in front of God. They are claiming themselves to be God. Someday he tells himself Kalki, someday he tells himself Ram, someday he tells this and that. There is another idiot who was earlier in Karnataka, who has left Karnataka, now shifted to another island, calls it a country, and conveniently he keeps claiming that I have delayed sunset, I have delayed sunrise, I am the last incarnation in front of me, there is no need of any other incarnation. These days he's calling the island also as Kailasha. My humble question on the occasion of Gaur Purnima to all such great personalities: can you control your bowel movement? Can you control when you will clear your stomach? If not, how are you able to claim that you will control sunrise and sunset? And you know who fall for such people? Big CEOs, big doctors, big IITians, big IAM, big so-called highly educated people of the society. Therefore, you can easily understand what Bhagavad Gita Krishna says. Maya aprita jnana. So this so-called education is not helping people realize what the reality is, but putting them more and more deeper and deeper into illusion. What's the point of being a college professor and saying that one of these cheaters is God and I will serve him? What's the point? So therefore, it is our duty to expose such people. So Kalki will come, we will accept only those people as God who are nicely documented in the Shastra. And he will come as the son of Vishnu Yasha. Just like Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears in the house of Jagannath Mishra only. And he is the son of Mother Shachi. Maya Pure Navadvipe Bhavishyami Shachi Sutta. Once Krishna was there in Dwarka, sitting in his palace, in the palace of Satyabhama, and he sent a message to Rukmini that I am going to come. So Rukmini started cleaning the house and started giving bath to all the children and making things right. Rukmini was being helped by 10,000 other maid servants. How many of you have 10,000 maid servants? These days, something called Snabbit has come, where you don't even need to hire a maid servant on demand. Today, only for 1 hour, I need a person to help me clean, so I will order Snabbit, and then the servant will come. That is the level of degradation. In the Vedic Varnashram, which one is supposed to strictly follow until one has become perfect in Krishna consciousness. Rules and regulations, they bring you to the mode of goodness. Like deity worship, there is a rule. You have to do deity worship in a particular time. You have to do with altar fresh clothes. You have to do it with these many number of paraphernalia. You have to do it in this order. You have to offer these many bhogas. It's a rule and regulation. Otherwise, someone can say that I can do deity worship at mental level. No, I can think that I'm bringing a golden jug water from Yamuna, and in my mind only I'm offering at the lotus feet of Krishna. You can always argue Manasi Puja. Or you can say now life is tough, nobody is there to help, so Mangala Arati will not happen at 6 but at 8:30. Or you can say, why to even wake up from the bed? I'll just be in bed, and from bed only I will offer 1,000 petaled bluish transcendental lotus flower at the lotus feet, blue lotus feet of Krishna. And then you'll say, why do I even need to open my eyes also? I'll be in my bed only. So that is the problem. If rules and regulations are not there, nobody will come to the mode of goodness. That is why we say that after a certain amount of practice of Krishna consciousness, deity worship and altar installation is essential. Otherwise, one will not progress in bhakti, because you have not come to the mode of goodness. You are a spontaneous devotee. You wake up spontaneously, you chant. Spontaneously means whenever you want. Don't get me. You wake up whenever you want, you worship whenever you want, you chant whenever you want, you are a spontaneous devotee. So it is important to come to the mode of goodness. Mode of goodness is based on rules and regulations. When you come to the mode of goodness, then you will be able to hear your japa. Then you will be able to understand what's going on in your life. And when you come in the mode of goodness, you'll realize a car is parked in the wrong place. ठीक है, अभी नहीं उठेंगे, बाद में उठेंगे. Mode of goodness is very important. Without coming to the mode of goodness, you cannot progress in bhakti. And that is done by discipline, obedience, and self-control. So, Varnashram Dharma is some rules and regulations. Okay, your Varna is that of an administrator, your Kshatriya class. These are your rules and regulations. Okay, Shudra means one who takes salary and remains faithful to only one master for the whole life. That is Shudra. Okay, this is your rules and regulations. Okay, you are a brahmachari. These are your rules. These are your sannyasi, your grihastha rules. That brings you to the mode of goodness. So one needs to follow that. Without following those rules and regulations, it is not possible to become Krishna conscious. Of course, when you have perfected your Krishna consciousness, then you can surpass the Varnashram. And human life is meant not for this only. You have to surpass Varnashram, but not prematurely. So, Vishnu Yasha was a great Brahmin first, then a great devotee, and then a father of the Lord. Just like Jagannath Mishra, had transcendental Brahminical qualities. Then, after becoming a good Brahmana, he became a pure Vaishnava. And then, because he has this eternal service of becoming the father of the Lord, he became the father. Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Shabditam. When the mind is not in goodness, but in pure goodness, absorbed in the lotus feet of Krishna, then Krishna comes in the mind. So if you read the Krishna book, Krishna first comes in the mind of Vasudeva. That means his mind was Krishna conscious. And then his heart, this is the process. First, one has to spiritualize their mind. Then their heart will be purified. So then Krishna comes into the heart of Vasudeva. And from the heart of Vasudeva, he transferred himself into the womb of Devaki. That is the procedure. And then similarly, it happens the same in Gaur Lila also. He comes into the mind of Jagannath Mishra, then comes into the heart of Jagannath Mishra, and then into the womb of Shachi Mata, and then Shachi Mata is pregnant. 9 months have. Now, when she becomes pregnant, she becomes transcendently beautiful, effulgent. Even Jagannath Mishra is wondering, what happened to my wife? She is looking divine. Her characteristics have become divine. She's speaking in a divine way. She's showing more sensitivity, more compassion than all the other times I've ever seen before. Similarly, Jagannath Mishra, when he's moving around in Navadvip, people are calling him, embracing him. For no reason, they are touching his feet. For no reason, they are giving him more charity, more cows, more service. Because everybody appreciates the presence of Krishna. People are looking for Krishna, they are hankering for Krishna, they are trying to find Krishna, they are not getting it. Whenever they see a Jivatma carrying Krishna in their heart, they appreciate. They appreciate. And this is not just in India, this is there everywhere. Srila Prabhupada, when he was staying in the Bowery, surrounded by hippies and drunk people, when he used to open the door, if you read Lilamrit, which you should read, he used to see people lying near his door, vomited, and there's no space to walk also. But even those drunk hippies who knew nothing about Sanatana Dharma, who knew nothing about Krishna consciousness, even when they used to see Prabhupada coming out, they used to get up and give way. So Krishna as Paramatma ensures that those who carry Krishna in their heart, they get proper treatment. So that is Vishnu Yasha. He was a proper Brahman. Jagannath Mishra was a proper Brahman. And then Mahaprabhu will appear on the 13th day of the Falgun month. Sorry, not 13th, 15th day, Gaur Purnima. It's a wonderful occasion. Only those who are spiritually awake will celebrate this Gaur Purnima. When most important things happen, most of the people miss it. Like when Bhagavad Gita was being spoken, how many people heard it? When the Vishwarupa was being shown, how many people saw it? When Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself was adventing in this world, how many people took part in it? So spiritual gems, to access spiritual gems, you require spiritual qualification. But when the Lord becomes very merciful, like Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he makes this spiritual gem accessible to all, even without qualification. What did the Lord do? He brought lunar eclipse on a full moon day. And it was a culture 500 years ago that when eclipse is happening, then everybody should chant the names of Krishna, chant the names of Hari. Not for the purpose of pleasing Lord Hari or for engaging in bhakti, just because it's a custom. Those who are devotees, they were chanting to please. Those who are not devotees, they were, as a matter of custom. Srila Prabhupada explains this, especially in India, why people engage in religious activities. Can you answer this question? Why people engage in spiritual activities or religious activities? Sorry? To get benefit, fruitive activities. They are scared. कांड तो किए हैं, मंदिर तो जाना पड़ेगा. To overcome reactions of sinful activities, yes. We are talking about impious people. Now start talking about pious people. Why do they chant Hare Krishna and why do they come to temple? Why do they read the Bhagavad Gita? Fake, faith, solace, shanti. God is watching us. Now I'll upgrade the question a little bit more. Why do non-serious practitioners of Krishna consciousness they chant Hare Krishna and read Bhagavad Gita? To get material benedictions from Krishna. If I will chant Hare Krishna, if I'll read Bhagavad Gita, I'll get a better job. I'll have to spend less money at the doctor's. My child will find a nice match. My health will improve. I will need not go under another surgery. And then there are some pure devotees who do it only for the pleasure of Krishna. And then there are some semi-pure devotees who are doing it for self-purification. Please understand, Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janatana. He sees the Bhav. What is the mood? What is the motivation why you are chanting Hare Krishna? So human life is meant for purifying that Bhav. And for that, Shravanam Kirtan is very, very essential. So for all kinds of reasons, people at the lunar eclipse, when Mahaprabhu was about to advent, they were chanting the names of Krishna. They were standing till their navel in Ganges, men, women, children, old people, all of them. And everybody was chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. This is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Somehow or the other, he made everybody chant. And then in that atmosphere where the whole world was reverberating by the chanting of Hare Krishna, he advented. Even the Muslims were like, look at these Hindus, they are like chanting Hare Krishna. Look at this Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hey, let's go to the river. Why they are chanting Hari Hari? Why they are chanting Hare? Hey, look at this Hare Krishna. Even the Muslims were saying, chanting the names of the Lord. Even the Hindus were chanting. Everybody was chanting. So the Lord tricked. Last week you must have attended this 1.3.24, which is about Buddha. Buddha tricked people into God worship. Do you know how? He told there is no God. He said, I do not believe in Vedas, but you follow me and worship me. And who is he? God. So he tricked people into some kind of God consciousness. Otherwise, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Buddhist is a Shunyavadi philosophy. But if you will see, somehow they personally adore the person Buddha. And if you go to the Mahabodhi temple in Gaya, where it is said that Buddha has done many activities there, they have a big deity of Buddha. And just like any Vishnu temple, they change the dress of Buddha twice a day. They are offering Aarti to Buddha. They are taking that Aarti and then giving it to everybody. And then the Buddhists, they like to offer biscuits. So they bring biscuits as prasad offering. Everybody gets biscuit as prasad offering. And then they have this mantra. Let me just recollect it. Namo. There are many mantras. I'll tell you the major one. Namo Padmani Aham. Something like that. I worship the one who is seated on a lotus flower. That is the translation of the mantra. They keep chanting that. So what is this? Chanting, Aarti, worship, dress change, bhoga, offering. It was supposed to be a Shunyavad philosophy, but you see how Buddha has cheated them. They were envious. They do not want to accept God consciousness. Buddha came, okay, there is no God, fine. There is no Vedic culture, fine. But you worship me and follow me. So people were cheated into God consciousness by Buddha. Similarly, Lord Chaitanya cheated everybody in chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra at the time of his advent. And in that atmosphere where everybody was chanting Hare Krishna, he advented. So this is a very merciful incarnation. Not all incarnations will do it. Kalki will not do this. What will Kalki do? Let's see. Kalki will not show that mercy. See, it is mentioned here. Dasyu Prayeshu Rajasu. Rajasu, I think it meant the rulers. Yeah, governing personalities. Dasyu means plunderers. So when governing personalities, when they will become plunderers, that means when the leaders of the society will be in leadership roles only to plunder people, there is no scope for preaching. Preaching can only progress when the leaders are ready to support. For example, you see the preaching of Krishna consciousness which is going on in Russia and China. Very hindered and very difficult to preach. But somehow, due to the cultivation of the people, the politicians, now in India it is very favorable to preach. Have you seen? It's very favorable to preach. This time which we are having, it's a very favorable time to preach and spread Krishna consciousness, at least in India. So when leaders, when they will become plunderers, like right now also the leaders are plunderers only. All they know is give me your tax, I will take this tax and I will divide it between the salaried people in my cabinet or in my ministry or in my workers or karyakartas, and after that you go to hell, I don't care. That is called democracy. Srila Prabhupada said democracy is demon crazy. And the worst form of democracy is communism. Even more degraded than that. Where you become enemy of the capitalists, those people who have been sanctioned to be opulent by the laws of karma due to being charitable in previous nature, you condemn them, you take away their money, and not that you distribute it to everybody and bring in social equality, but you keep that money and you sit with it and you make the rich people poor, you make the poor people poorer, and then you plunder the money and take the taxes and do nothing and then be ready to go to hell. That is going on. No? Even when it comes to spiritual life, there is a housing society very nearby. Some of them are from that society sitting here. I will not take names because I regularly go there. That society people or that people like that, they are like, just give me the tax and anything related to spirituality, anything related, keep it in your house. The government of India also sometimes talks like that. Give me the tax. After that, whether you practice spirituality or not, whether you go to hell, I don't care. Just keep giving me the tax. That is most important. And how I will use that tax, you don't ask me. It is mentioned that the Raj Rishis, they used to tax people. But who has the right to take tax? Just like when the rain comes, unlimited drops of water used to come. It comes on us. Nobody can count how many drops of water fall on us. So similarly, these Raj Rishis, the tax which they used to collect, they used to spend it like raindrops, rainfall, clouds of rain on people to serve people. So therefore, nobody was hesitant to give tax also. If there is a king, a ruler who takes tax, but then spends it completely on you, will you not be happy to give that tax? But that is not happening. And a person who does not bestow social projects, humanitarian projects, spiritual projects in return of tax is not authorized to collect tax also. They will go to hell for doing so. So that is why in the present day Kali Yuga society, the government has already become the Sioux. But in future, it will be even more. At that time, there will be no preaching, no discussion, simply killing. That is Kalki. If you want to know more about Kalki, I can show you. There is another segment of Bhagavatam, that is 12th canto, chapter 2, which gives you a little bit more description of Kali Yuga and will tell you exactly what Kalki will do. Are you interested in knowing that? Symptoms of Kali Yuga, chapter 2, canto number 12. Srimad Bhagavatam has done many predictions and all of it has come true. There is a verse in the 11th canto, chapter 5, sloka number 32. Krishna varnam tusha krishnam sangopangasta parshadam yajnai sankirtanaya praya yajantihi sumedhashah. Krishna will again come, not with a darkish complexion, but with a golden complexion. Krishna varnam tusha krishna. Sangopangastra parshadam, he will come with his confidential associates, companions, and weapons. Yajnai Sankirtanaya Prayar. He will start in the 7th Manvantara in the age of Kali Yuga, in the beginning stage of the age of Kali Yuga. A Sankirtan movement, Yajnai Sankirtanaya Praya. Yajantihi Sumedhasah. Only those whose brain substance is advanced, only those who are intelligent will be able to recognize him, worship him, serve him, chant him, or follow the path which he is saying. Has this prediction come true or not? Whom am I talking about? Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srimad Bhagavatam talks about Ashoka. Srimad Bhagavatam has predicted Chanakya. Srimad Bhagavatam has predicted uh, Chandragupta Maurya. So like that, Srimad Bhagavatam has predicted many, many things and all of it has come true. So should you have any doubt that this will also come true? Yes or no? No doubts. Your Shraddha should be Shastriya. Your Shraddha should be based on scriptures. Please listen to this chapter, which will tell you more about Kalki. Shukdev Goswami said, then, O king, religion, truthfulness, cleanliness, tolerance, mercy, duration of life, physical strength, and memory will all diminish day by day by the powerful influence of the age of Kali. Is this already happening? Religion, that means practice of Krishna consciousness, that is religion. Truthfulness is reducing day by day. People have started speaking lies. Cleanliness, is it reducing day by day? Both external as well as internal. Tolerance is reducing. People are fighting for small, petty reasons. Mercy, everywhere you keep seeing KFC and McDonald's opening, they are serving chicken. Duration of life is reducing. By the way, they are serving beef also. Recently, I was watching a documentary video where people were discussing. Anybody from Kerala here? So you should kindly pardon me and don't kill me. But they were explaining how beef eating became a normal thing in Kerala, even for the Hindus, how they desensitized. They gave historical evidence how Kerala was a land where cows and the Brahminical culture was strongly protected. But how the missionaries from different parts of the world came and introduced this cow slaughter. And how people, they feel that beef eating is a cultural and a traditional thing in Kerala now. Beef parota. Kerala parota with beef. That is the most favorite dish of Kerala. Am I speaking the facts, sir? There are Hindus who are wearing traditional attire, going to Guruvayur temple, and after that going and eating beef and parota. They are worshipping Gopal, Krishna, in Guruvayur. And outside they go and slaughter a cow and then they eat it, saying it is tradition. So that is called mercy is destroyed. For the sake of your tongue, you are able to kill anybody, eat anybody. One day we will kill our own children. One day we will kill our family members and eat. Srila Prabhupada told in one lecture that the human society as of now has not realized that the tastiest flesh is human flesh. Tastiest flesh is which flesh? That is why the Rakshasas, they used to like to kill humans. And amongst all the flesh, amongst human beings, which human being's flesh will be the tastiest? Huh? No, not kids. Brahmanas. A person who is a proper Brahmana, not just by birth, but by guna and karma, a demon would be like a wonderful thing to have. So once the human society will get taste, now something called Epstein files came. They have got a taste. Once it becomes rampant, just like KFC, McDonald's, that madness, once it starts spreading, nobody will be able to stop cannibalism. I will eat you, you will eat me, and we'll be helpless. So before that time comes, do proper Shravanam Kirtanam. Nobody can stop that time. Kalki will come to deal with such cannibals. So how can we tell them, take Japmala and chant Hare? They're like, I'll chant later. First I'll eat him. Please come. Kalki will. So mercy, duration of life. Duration of life. You know how duration of life decreases? By irregular habits. No fixed time of eating, no fixed time of sleeping, no fixed time of bathing. Any activities, daily routine activities which you do, if you do it in a routine way, your duration will be remaining as it is. But if you irregularize that, your duration will go on reducing. I read this in the purport of this verse. So you can read the purport. Srila Prabhupada explains how duration is decreasing, how cleanliness, everything he has given. Physical strength is reducing. Why? All that chemical fertilizer, plastic, Blinkit, all that. Memory is diminishing? Yes or no? Yes. By the powerful influence of the age of Kali. In Kali Yuga, wealth alone will be considered the sign of man's good birth, proper behavior, and fine qualities. So somebody who has been begotten by proper Gardan samskaras, or somebody who has been begotten by dharmic tapasvi parents, or somebody's proper behavior, or somebody's fine qualities, everything will be ignored. The only thing which will be seen is, oh, if they have money, that means they must be from good birth. They must have proper behavior. What a rich man does, that is only proper behavior. Nonsense, you are poor. Nobody cares for what you say or what you behave. Fine qualities means money. And law and justice will be applied only on the basis of one's power. If you have money, justice will be in your favor. Has this already started happening also? Yeah. Men and women will live together merely because of superficial attraction. Is this already happening? The young people these days. There is something called as co-leave PGs. Young people, 15 to 23 years of age, 15 to 24 years of age, staying with the opposite gender, engaging in sense gratification with mutual consent. Imagine how disfigured the society is becoming. So therefore, marriage as an institution will also collapse in few years to come. And success in business will depend on cheating propensity, deceits. Womanliness and manliness will be judged according to one's expertise in sex. If you can have more sex, you are a man. If you have more sex, you are a woman. Else, useless. Just see to what degree the society will degrade. And a man will be known as a Brahmana just by this thread. That's all. I have this, I'm a Brahmin. If you don't have it, a person's spiritual position will be ascertained merely according to the external symbols. Like our Karnataka idiot who's sitting in some island now. You see his appearance? We don't blame him. This was started by Indra actually. Indra, when he was stealing the horse of Maharaj Prithu, he took some forms like that of a kapalika, like that of these people who live in crematory grounds. What are they called? Aghoris, kapalika, matted hair. So 3 times he tried to steal the horse, and 3 times he took different forms. And the son of Maharaj Prithu, due to weak-heartedness, when he saw him in a religious attire, he did not kill him, thinking that he is in a religious attire. If I kill him, what will the world think? And those three attires which Indra had taken to steal the horse of Maharaj Prithu, now people are wearing those attires and passing away as religious people. Imagine if Indra would have stolen fifth time, sixth time, he would have introduced more apasampradayas. Therefore, whatever activities a great man does, the common people follow. So only by the basis of external order, external symbols, people will judge religious things. Where is it? And on the same basis, people will change from one spiritual order to the next. A person's propriety will be seriously questioned if he does not earn a good living. And one who is very clever at juggling words will be considered a learned scholar. Who is a learned scholar? One who can speak, one who has done graduation in literature, or one who can speak nicely, or he can become a sad guru or a happy guru. Shankaracharya told this jugglery of words will not help. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Modamate. A person will be judged unholy if he does not have money. How many unholy people sitting here? Please raise your hands. Yes, Prabhu, I am unholy. Mere paas paisa nahi. The most unholy is me only. The person will be judged unholy if he does not have money, and hypocrisy will be accepted as virtue. Marriage will be arranged simply by the verbal agreement. Just see, by verbal agreement, they marry in Gandharva lokas. Gandharvas marry just by speech. In human society, there are rules and regulations because humans are not as advanced as Gandharvas. To keep them in the mode of goodness, there are rituals, there are samskaras. People spend so much money in marriage that they think twice. If I get married, where will I get so much money? Or if I have to take divorce, oh my God. Therefore, it is good to spend money in marriages in one way. At least one fear will be there in the heart. I cannot get remarried. I cannot take another loan of 30 lakhs, 50 lakhs. But they will degrade further. They will come to the Gandharva standard. Just by speech, they will get married. This simply by verbal agreement can also be referred to court marriages and other things. A person will think he is fit to appear in public if he has merely taken bath. Who has the right to appear in public? Appearing in public means speaking in public, setting some standards in public, doing delegations in public. So who is authorized to go and deal with public? Those whose mind and senses are controlled. Those whose mind and senses are not controlled, those who have not successfully implemented the first verse of Nectar of Instruction, those who have not controlled the urge to speak, the demands of the mind, the urges of anger, and the actions of the urges of the tongue, belly, and genitals, they cannot roam around in public and giving speeches. But in Kali Yuga, people will think, I've had bath with Mysore sandal soap. I put on fresh clothes. Now I can go in public and run a campaign. A sacred place will be taken to consist no more than a reservoir of water located at a distance. Beauty will depend on one's hairstyle. So people in Kali Yuga will think, if I have bigger hair, if I have colorful hair, if I have this beautiful hair, I will be more handsome, more beautiful. Hair decides my beauty. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada made this rule, at least for the males in ISKCON, shave it up. Srila Prabhupada tells, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to shave us and save us. Actually, Bengalis, they have this heavy accent. If they have to say save, they will say shave. Prabhupada said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to shave us. So the disciples, Prabhupada, shave us or save us? Prabhupada laughed and said, yes, he came to shave us and save us. In one lecture, Srila Prabhupada is telling that we are known to be shaved-headed men. Please do not become hippies again by growing long hair. This is very important. Filling the belly will become the goal of life. and one who is audacious will be accepted as truthful. He who can maintain this I really want to highlight. He who can maintain his family will be regarded as an expert man. Just somehow maintain your family, you are a Mahapurush. Your photo should be published, and then the only reason why you have taken birth is to take care of your family. That's all. ISKCON is struggling with this mentality right now, because 99.9% people in ISKCON are householders, married people. Many of them whose Shravanam and Kirtanam is not proper, they have this attitude. When Krishna was there dancing on the hoods of Kaliya, before dancing on the hoods of Kaliya, in the Krishna book you will read, there are some inauspicious symptoms being told. Some meteors falling, some earth is quaking, some strange sounds hearing. There are so many people in Braja, and everybody is a householder, everybody has children, but everybody is thinking something happened to Krishna. You will take note of this point, that all the people of Braja, they did not even ask, is my son alive or not? Did something happen to my child or not? Nobody got an idea or a thought of everybody. Something happened to Krishna. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Let's go and search. Let's go and save him. Nobody is caring what is happening to their wife, or what is happening to their husband, or what is happening to their children, or to the house. Nobody. Everybody is only thinking about Krishna. This is called family life. In family life, there are two things: affection and attachment. To be affectionate towards your family members is natural. You should be affectionate to your children. You should be affectionate to your spouse. You should be affectionate to your in-laws. And try to help them, serve them. Follow the Varnashram Dharma in this case. But attachment means, if you become attached to your family members, then you will start compromising Krishna consciousness in the name of attachment to your family. That is wrong. I repeat, affection to family is good, but attachment to family is bad. Srila Prabhupada says that Prahlad Maharaj was very affectionate to his father. He never disrespected him. He never backchatted with him. Even when he was killed, he prayed, "My dear Lord, please forgive my father." But he did not follow the wrong instructions, or he did not compromise his Krishna consciousness just because he was the son of the greatest man in the universe, Hiranyakashipu. So this is something which we all should churn. Am I affectionate to my family, or am I attached to my family? Being affectionate to family members means being like Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj never gave up on his father and always tried to preach Krishna consciousness to his father. Always served his father. When his father told, "Bring me a glass of water," he didn't say, "Hey, you are a demon, I'll not bring." No. That means you should serve your family. You should take care of your family, and you should preach to your family. But don't make family the reason, or the maintenance of the family the reason for a sluggish, slow, never increasing, collapsing practice of Krishna consciousness. Because at the time of death, you'll realize your actual family is Krishna. Am I making sense? Or am I speaking something too harsh? Prabhuji, kuch zyada bol rahe hain. Prabhuji, you can speak all this. We cannot speak, no? We have to. Krishna forced Arjuna to give up that attachment and become affectionate on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So please don't think, I, me, you, anybody should not think that simply maintaining a family is the greatest goal of my life. Everything else comes next. No. Let's not speak nonsense in Bhagavatam classes. Principles of religion will be observed only for reputation. As the earth thus becomes crowded with a corrupt population. Why the population will be corrupt? First chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Varna Shankara concept. How does Varna Shankara come? When the old people are not there, then what will happen? They are not able to guide the family. As a result of that, what will happen? Family traditions will be lost and destroyed. Then the men of the family will become irregularly engaged. They will engage in adharmic activities. Then the women will think the men of the family are not properly engaged. They are not acting dharmically. So we should also act adharmically. Then free mixing will start. Then unwanted progeny will happen. That is Varna Shankara. This is called corrupt population. Srila Prabhupada always keeps telling in all his lectures that men should train to become perfect brahmacharis and women should become perfect chaste ladies assisting their husband. This is Varnashram Dharma. This is Vedic culture. But men don't want to practice this kind of lifestyle. And women, because of the materialistic education which they have become kind of fanatical, indoctrinated feminist mentality. Where everything, when it comes to service, why should I serve? Whenever you talk of service, why should I do? Why will he not do? This kind of rebellious, rugged, individualistic mentality has come. It starts with men. The unscrupulous men of the society, they encourage unchastity in women. They are the ones who encourage unreasonable attire, unreasonable behavior, unreasonable free mixing. They are the ones who encourage. And then women get carried away. And then unwanted progeny happens. So the society becomes corrupt population. Point to be noted, unless the men are of high character and unless the women are chaste, the people will not be good, the progeny will not be good, the population will not be good. If the men of high character are not there, if the women are not chaste, whatever children will be produced, they will be like agents of Kali Yuga only. So as the earth becomes crowded with a corrupt population, so therefore there is a very strong need to train the men. And there is a very strong need of feminine reset in the society. Otherwise, the whole society will become corrupt. Whoever among any of the social classes shows himself to be strongest will gain political power, losing their wives and properties to such avaricious, merciless rulers who will behave no better than ordinary thieves. The citizens will flee to mountains and forests. Harassed by famine and excessive taxes, people will resort to eating leaves, root, flesh, and honey, fruits and flowers and seeds. Struck by drought, they will be completely ruined. Means there will be no rain, there will be no grains. People misunderstand how rains come. Rains come when people will chant Hare Krishna. When there will be no devotees on this planet, when nobody is chanting Hare Krishna, there will be no rains, and they will blame climate and global warming and all that for the cause of it. But they don't know that wherever there is piety, wherever there is religiousness, wherever yatra yogeshwara Krishna, yatra partho dhanurdhara, tatra Shri Vijayo bhutir. Wherever there is Krishna, wherever there are devotees of Krishna, opulence, extraordinary power, morality, and victory will automatically come there. This reminds me of an incident from Mahabharata when Duryodhana was frustrated in his search for the Pandavas during the incognita or the Agyatwas year. He went to Bhishma and he said, I'm not able to find them. I think I'll have to give them back the kingdom. Bhishma started laughing. He said, you're not able to find the Pandavas? What a joke is this? You're not able to find the most, when it comes to taking birth, the most high class birth was the birth of Maharaj Yudhishthira. You're not able to find a man who has got the highest birth. You're not able to find the strongest man, Bhima. You're not able to find the most great ruler, Arjuna. You're not able to find the most beautiful man on earth, Nakula. And you're not able to find the most intelligent and well-read person, Sahadeva. What a joke is this? So Duryodhana said, yes, I'm not able to do that. Then Bhishma told, go and look for a place on this planet where seasons are coming on time, where nobody is dying prematurely, where there is no excessive heat, no excessive cold, where everybody is having a sense of prosperity and peacefulness, where there are no anxieties. That place Yudhishthira is staying. So practice of Krishna consciousness brings all opulence. When Krishna consciousness is not there, people will be stuck by drought and they'll become completely ruined. No matter how much blanket you have, if people are not Krishna consciousness, everything will go for a toss. The citizens will suffer greatly from cold, wind, heat, rain and snow. They will be further tormented by quarrels, hunger, disease and severe anxiety. The maximum duration of life of Kali Yuga will become 50 years. This is, in some versions it is 15 also. In some versions it is 50 also. Srila Prabhupada in his lecture tells 15. By the time of age Kali ends, the bodies of all creatures will be greatly reduced in size. Religious principles of the followers of Varnashrama will be ruined. The path of Vedas will be completely forgotten in the human society. And so-called religion will be mostly atheistic. The kings will be mostly thieves. The occupations of the men will be stealing, lying, and needless violence. And all social classes will be reduced to the lowest level of Shudras. Cows will be like the goats, meaning slaughtered, also in size, also in the quality of milk. Spiritual hermitages will be no different from mundane houses, and family ties will extend no further than immediate bonds of marriage. What is this kind of family tie called? Nuclear family. There is no such thing as family. Most plants and herbs will be tiny, and all the trees will appear like dwarf shami trees. Clouds will be full of lightning, means only thundering, no rain. Homes will be devoid of piety, and all human beings will have become like asses. Asses means? What is the characteristic of an ass or a donkey? Work, ashte. Karma hi puja hai. Work, 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 work. Oh, I died. I did not realize. At that time, now please hear our Kalki. At that time, the Supreme Personality of Godhead will appear on earth, acting with the power of pure spiritual goodness. Point to be noted, Hari never comes or touches the modes of material nature. He is Gunatita. He is always in Shuddha Sattva. That form of Hari, which comes in the touch of the modes of material nature, is called Shiva. But in the original transcendental form, Hari is beyond the modes of material nature. So acting with the power of pure spiritual goodness, he will rescue eternal religion. What is eternal religion? What is Sanatana Dharma? Huh? Yes. Eternal Dharma is rendering loving devotional service to Krishna. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever in the name of political or economic development, in the name of sense gratification, in the name of impersonal liberation, and in the name of religious rituals, when people will forget Shuddha Bhakti, Glanir Bhavati Bharat, that time Dharma is destroyed. At that time, I will emerge. So, in the name of economic development, in the name of sense gratification, in the name of impersonal liberation, and in the name of religious rituals, when people have forgotten bhakti, then the Lord will come and rescue eternal religion. And eternal religion means chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. My dear sages of Kali Yuga, please listen. Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the spiritual master of all moving and non-moving living beings, and the Supreme Soul of all, takes birth to protect the principles of religion and to relieve his saintly devotees from the reactions of material work. Lord Kalki will appear in the home of the most eminent Brahmana of Shambhala village, the great soul Vishnu Yasha. Great soul, point to be noted. You have to be a great soul to meet the greatest soul, that is God. So human life is meant for this, to coming up to that qualification to meet Krishna. Lord Kalki, the Lord of the universe, will mount his swift horse, Devadatta. Devadatta will be the name of the horse of Kalki. If next time you see photo, you should appreciate this. He will mount on his swift horse with a sword in his hand. All the Dasyus will be afraid. Travel over the earth, exhibiting his 8 mystic opulences and 8 special qualities of Godhead. What are 8 mystic opulences? That is 1. Animas. 2. What are these? Siddhis, which you get by the practice of Ashtanga Yoga. What are 8 special qualities of Godhead? Till now we have read God has not 6 unlimited, but 6 major. Where does this 8 come from? Take it as a homework. Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashashasya jnana vairagya yoschaiva shannam bhaga itingana. This was taught to us. God is most beautiful, most intelligent, most strong, most famous, most rich, and most renounced. But Kalki will display 2 more other qualities, 8 special qualities of Godhead. What are those 2 more qualities? Engage your human intelligence to do research. Displaying his unequaled effulgence and riding with great speed, he will kill by the millions those thieves who have dared to dress as kings. Point to be noted, in the beginning of the first canto, when Maharaj Parikshit has arrested the person Kali the person, at that time also he was dressed as a king. Even 5,000 years ago, people who were not Rajarishis or who were not qualified to rule the public, they would not dress up like king. The royal paraphernalia, the royal insignia was taken up by only people who were saintly at heart and who were Kshatriya in spirit. Therefore, Maharaj Parikshit, when he arrested Kali, he took note that he was an unqualified man who had dressed up like a king, who dared to dress up like a king. That means no unrightful, immoral person can rule the people. He or she does not have a right to become king. So Kalki will kill all those people who have dared to dress like kings but who do not have qualifications of being a king. Am I making sense? After all the impostor kings have been killed, Bhagavatam is describing in brief, but there are some other scriptures who describe the pastimes of Kalki in detail. When you have time, you can read. Many things he does. Wonderful. The most striking feature of Kalki's personality is his character. People will become devotees of Kalki not because he is displaying 8 mystic opulences, Not because he is displaying 8 qualities of Godhead, but because of his character. Pavana Charitra. The same is the reason why people worship different forms. So people were not devotees of Lord Ram because he used to fire Ramban. People were devotees of Lord Ram because the character of Lord Ram was melting everybody's heart. People have not become devotees of Krishna because he holds Sudarshan. People have become devotees of Krishna because he is the supreme character. Nobody has a better character than Lord Krishna. Similarly, Kalki will display Pavana Charitra. The world will sing the glories of Kalki for thousands of yugas once they will see Kalki. So after all the impostor kings, some people will cooperate with him and help him in killing the impostors. Some people will go against him. All that is described. After all the impostor kings have been killed, the residents of the cities and town, please listen what will happen, how the Yuga Sandhya will end and how Satyuga will start. After all the impostor kings have been killed, the residents of the cities and the towns will feel breezes carrying the most sacred fragrance of sandalwood paste and other decorations of Lord Vasudeva, and their minds will thereby become transcendently pure. In any incarnation, Lord Vishnu or Krishna puts sandalwood paste on his body. And when Krishna will come in your presence, you will get that fragrance. And simply by smelling it, your mind will become pure. That is Krishna. So wherever Kalki will go and people will hear about his pastimes and see him or be in his proximity or be in the proximity of a person who has been in the proximity of Kalki. This reminds me of Lord Chaitanya's preaching strategy. You know how Lord Chaitanya used to preach? He would go from one village or one town and then he would meet. For example, he met one washerman. He told the washerman, "Can you give me one cloth, please?" The washerman said, "No, I cannot give." And he continued washing the cloth. So Lord Chaitanya again requested him, tapped his shoulder, "Can you give me one cloth, please?" He said, "No." And Lord Chaitanya, "Can I ask you one question?" "Yes, please." "I request you, you please chant the names of Krishna." And by saying this, he put his hand on the shoulders of that washerman. And that washerman looked at Lord Chaitanya and started chanting Hare Krishna, and then Lord Chaitanya embraced him. Then that washerman forgot that he is a washerman. He started chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. He started running around the lake where he was washing the clothes. It was morning time and it became evening. He is still running. His wife became worried. My husband has not yet come back. So when she comes to the lake, she sees her husband is running around the lake chanting Hare Krishna. She goes and shakes her husband. "Why you are chanting Hare Krishna?" By touching him, she also like Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And then these two, they go to their village and seeing them, all other people started chanting. That is the preaching of Lord Chaitanya. Can you do preaching like this? That is called Krishna Shakti. So anybody who will see Kalki, anybody who will see those people who have seen Kalki, will experience the sacred fragrance of the sandalwood paste coming from the body of Kalki. And simply by smelling it, or simply by hearing it, their minds will become transcendently pure. That means the Kali Yuga contamination will finish. When Lord Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appears in the hearts of his transcendental form of goodness, the remaining citizens will abundantly repopulate the earth. That means when everybody will come to Shuddha Sattva by engaging in Shravanam and Kirtanam about Kalki, they will come on the platform of pure bhakti, and then these great devotees, Shuddha Bhaktas, they will create proper progeny at that time. If you want more details, it is mentioned that one person from Chandra Vamsha and one person from Surya Vamsha, they are hiding in one village. There, I will give you as a homework. Find out. It is mentioned in Bhagavatam. The elder brother of Maharaj Shantanu, who is from Chandra Vamsha, and one of the carriers of the bloodline of Surya Vamsha, on the order of the Supreme Lord, they are residing in one particular village. When Kalki will come and kill all the corrupt population, then these two people will come out who are pure devotees of the Lord, and they will restart the population on earth by creating the Surya Vamsha and Chandra Vamsha again. So when the Supreme Lord has appeared on the earth as Kalki, the maintainer of religion, Satyuga will begin and human society will bring forth progeny in the mode of goodness. So this was a brief about Kalki from Srimad Bhagavatam. Let's hope and pray that none of us will be around while Kalki is there. Let's hope and pray that we will make sufficient spiritual progress, that before needing to see all these calamities, we will be back home, back to Godhead. Because it's very dangerous to be in the presence of Kalki. We don't want to be in a world where no one is chanting Hare Krishna. We don't want to be in a world where I am eating you, you are eating me. We don't want to be in a world where there is no piety, no cleanliness, no purity, nothing. Especially people from South India. Would you like to be in a world where there is no rice and sambar? Can you imagine? What happens if we cultivate material desires at the same time practice Krishna consciousness? We will, according to 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we will go to higher planetary systems, planets of the pious living entities. We'll go and we will enjoy unlimitedly in those planets where lifestyle is 10,000 times better than that of Earth. Shire punyam artyalokam vishanti, then we will exhaust all our material piety. Again, after 4,27,000 years, we will take birth on Earth in Whitefield, in Kanamangala. At that time, there will be no Kanha and no Mangala. ISKCON Kanamangala Center will not be there. Prasadam will not be there. Prabhuji, in my last life, I was one rounder. I used to come every Sunday for the Prasadam. And then I used to go home. As a result of that one round chanting and eating Prasadam, I was promoted to Janaloka. I stayed for some time and I came, and now Kalki is roaming around, Prabhu. So who asked you to be like that? So therefore, be very serious. Srila Prabhupada made a statement that many of my disciples will become demigods in their next life. Meaning to say that most of his disciples will not be serious in bhakti. They will not practice Krishna consciousness seriously. They will practice Krishna consciousness simultaneously cultivating material desires, as a result of which they will be promoted to higher planets and they will not go back home, back to God. Do we want to do that? If we want to do such low level of bhakti practice, then be ready to face Kalki. And God knows on which side you will be. So with that, I would like to end today's discussion. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram. So it is my duty to come once a month